Steve, what are your thoughts on the game today?
I thought the refereeing performance was awful. I think he had a big impact on the game today with a penalty. It's never a penalty. Never a penalty. I didn't think it was a penalty at the time. I've just looked back at it twice in slow-mo. Never a penalty. The first goal today was going to be really important for us, especially on the back of last week. We would have wanted to get our noses in front. They started the brighter team. They only had that effort against the post when Christian Sadie needs to nod a little ball into Ryan Bowman on the halfway line, doesn't. Then all of a sudden they nick it. So we've had the ball from them in the post. The penalty then changes everything really, because we needed that first goal today after last week. We needed it to get the crowd going, who tried their best to support the players today, I believe, our crowd. I think then we need something before half-time. We need that. We then lose Christian Sadie. That doesn't help. We then use up one of our substitutes where we've only got two outfield players in Robert and Elliot. So, that doesn't help us really today. And I think then the referee was so pedantic with everything that went on. It always seemed to be a yellow card for ours, and it wasn't a yellow card for the Peterborough players. And I think if he's going to book some of our lads for what he's booked them for, he needs to book theirs. So I think that his performance today certainly didn't help us get going, and it was a major point in the game when he gave the penalty. And that's my thoughts.
And losing Christian Sadie clearly doesn't help it as well. Any early news on what the injury is there?
No early news.
It's to stay with the obvious, but you just can't. These injuries are hurting you so badly, aren't they? At the moment, the squad's really stretched.
Well, they would hurt you. Dan Udo, 50-odd games last year, 17 goals. George Nurse, 50-odd games last year. When you think about that, Tom Bayliss, ankle ligaments out now, probably won't even start playing or being around until pre-season. We can't get old. We can't get by with it with those numbers. And what we've done is we've pushed it as far as we can. We've pushed it, and we've got to carry on doing that, and the lads will carry on doing it. But I mean, it's blatantly obvious. But you've got to have a smaller squad here to get better players. Otherwise, you can have the 29 I had when I came in here, and you can be bottom of the league with 8 points and look like they're going to finish the league that season with an average of about 33, 34 points. Could have had that 2 years ago.
Conceding so early in the second half as well.
The manner of it.
Difficult.
It's always, yeah. It's just the manner of the first goal. The second one, I think it's the first time today. Mason Clark is a really good player for them. He's a really, really good player. I'll tell you something now though. He wouldn't want to play against Matthew Pennington every week, because Matthew Pennington, up until that moment, he had him in his pocket and gets the better of him. He gets the better of him, Matthew. And what's happened on that far side, as he's come inside, Penno slipped. So that gives him more room to come inside and then get his shot off. And as I said before, he's a very good player.
And you're still in the top 10, Steve, to give it a bit of context on the back of, you've had some disappointing results, but still top 10.
I haven't managed to look at that yet. I thought there would be a funny few results that might go on today. Which way it would have been really good if we could have got the 3 points today. So I think I said it in the build-up. If we're in the top 10, then I can still speak about it, and it's not what I spoke about in the pre-match build-up. But for Shrewsbury Town to be in the top 10, I think is great credit to the players, and great credit to my staff who look after them as much as they do. I've said before and I say again, my staff and the players, they've given everything. Sometimes I don't know, maybe your luck runs out, and our luck as regards the injuries has really run out. But we have a duty to all the supporters, because they're very important, and they turned up today, and I asked them to get behind the team, and they did it, and we didn't really give them a lot to shout about, but the reason I asked for that off of them is I potentially saw something like that happening today, but you don't want to put that out there. We didn't need anything to go wrong today. But yeah, big thank you to them for the way they've backed them and stayed with the lads and all of that.
Thanks for your time, Steve.
Okay.